There was a lot of people yesterday who took it on the chin. Do we have that Judge Jeanine clip? So Michael Flynn goes into his sentencing hearing yesterday. He has a deal with the Mueller prosecutors. The Mueller team says, we are recommending no jail time. We've had 19 different interviews with this guy, hours and hours of testimony. He's helped on 3 different investigations. And then on the way to the judge, not literally, but in the wind up to the sentencing, Flynn starts to leak a little bit about stuff to make it look like, hey, because he wants to maintain his well, who knows what's in his mind? Possible scenarios, he's out of his gourd. Other possible scenario is he's trying to signal to President Trump that he got forced to do this. I'm still pardon ready. Another one is I need to be cool with the conservative movement so I can go on tour and make some cash afterwards. There's a whole host of things, right? And so much so that he leaks, you get people like Judge Jeanine. Well, okay, before we get there. And so he leaks part of what supposedly happened in that room when he gets interviewed by the FBI. So much so that the judge says, I need to see the full 302. The 302 is basically the after event report that is often classified. I don't think FBI is allowed to have recording devices when they go and interview it. So it's all in this after report. And the idea is this after report is going to show what a sham all this is. They went in there, they entrapped him. And if they didn't entrap him, they trapped him. And if they didn't trap him, they ambushed him. He didn't know. The FBI, they were so friendly. He didn't realize this was on the record.
They sprung it on him like Kavanaugh.
They sprung it on him. They totally did. And in the wind up to this meeting with the judge, boy, these federal prosecutors are about to get their comeuppance, right, Judge Jeanine?
Based on his record of 33 years as a decorated military man, is an honorable man who may have realized when he saw the transcript that what he said was not consistent with the transcript. Or maybe he pled guilty because he ran.
Pause it. Now, so she's saying they should have come in and told him what he said before so that he could be consistent. Instead, they didn't. And then he realized, like, oh, he did something wrong.
Pled guilty because he ran out of money to defend himself, even having to sell his house to survive, or maybe to save his son, also in the crosshairs of these people. And for those of you who think the FBI was just trying to get to the truth, you're wrong. If they wanted information, if they wanted the truth, they could have shown Flynn his transcript of his conversation to refresh his recollection to get at the truth. But no, they didn't want the truth. They wanted to take down a bit player to get to the big player. On Tuesdays, the parties will appear again before Judge Emmett Sullivan, a jurist unafraid of the swamp, a judge who has a track record of calling out prosecutorial misconduct, a man who does not tolerate injustice or abuse of power.
Very cool.
Judge Sullivan can throw out this guilty plea if he concludes the FBI intentionally interfered with their target, Flynn's constitutional right to counsel.
There you go. And that judge heard it. And instead what he said was, you know what I'm looking through these documents now, what you did was actually far worse than I ever anticipated. And I can't believe you're not going to serve jail time. In fact, I don't like your attitude about this, that you're hedging on this, that you're pretending you didn't know it was a lie. Do you really want to submit this plea right now? Because if you do, I'm going to send you to jail. I'm going to give you 90 days to rethink this and do something much, much more relevant, because what you did, and we have no idea what this is, what you did was rises to the level of, like, maybe not legally, but colloquially treason. So get out of my courtroom piece of garbage. That's basically what happened.
It's nice to see all these people have the realization that the FBI, if it wants to get somebody, has tools that they can make that happen.
Well, it seems like the FBI, if anything, this judge had a criticism, was like, why are you letting this guy off the hook? Why is the DOJ letting him off the hook? Raises some interesting questions as to what was really going on.